Well, Phil, we're going to fish this leech pattern of yours, your waist troll leech. We're here on an Albertan lake. We're only about 50 miles from the U.S. border.
Nice and close.
This is what, Cypress Hills Provincial Park?
Yep, it straddles both Alberta and Saskatchewan.
Beautiful countryside.
Yeah, wide open.
Okay, now I'm casting this leech out. What kind of a retrieve do you like to use on this fly?
Well, you can vary the retrieves, Jack, because leeches are capable of moving both fast and slow through the water. Generally, I'll start with a 4 to 6 inch strip retrieve. See if there's any active fish out there, ones that are in the mood to chase down, prey on the trout's natural aggressive predatory instincts. If that doesn't work, I'll swap up to a hand twist retrieve. Just slow like this, bring it back slow and steady. Just cover water, maybe fish aren't as active, aren't as willing to chase. And you can always add a few pops of the rod if you like, twitch it, and just make it move erratically. Nothing in nature swims in a straight and level plane, so we want to kind of make our flies move and dart in all kinds of interesting directions for them.
I noticed, Phil, that you weighted it when you tied it. Do you add less weight at times, or do you vary the weight?
I vary it a little bit, but generally, like we did, it was about 10 to 15 wraps of lead wire at the front to make that fly really pitch and undulate under the retrieve. As you strip it, that fly will rise, and then as you let go of your strip, that fly will pitch down, giving that natural undulating motion of the leech.
I noticed your rod tip is down in the water. Definitely.
That's sort of standard fare for stillwater fishing. You want that rod tip near the water, or a lot of cases with wet lines like we're doing here, the clear lines, I'll actually have that rod tip buried right in the first 4 to 6 inches, because you want that direct contact. So many of the takes in still waters are very subtle. They just come up, flare their gills, take in that prey item, and if you're not direct to the fly, you can be missing your best days fishing.
Phil, what kind of lines do you favor with this leech?
Well, probably my first choice would be the intermediates, either the clear intermediates like we're using right now, or a traditional intermediate. Your intermediate is your slowest sinking line, depending on the manufacturer, anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches to 2 inches per second. That gives you a nice horizontal approach. Popular method out in the west here as well is taking your leeches and hanging them underneath an indicator. Really effective technique in the fall when trout come right in the shallows and root around, and being able to suspend that fly out of the weeds is a real tactical advantage, and it's kind of fun to watch that indicator dip under, and could be 3 pounds, could be 15 pounds, you just never know. So those are probably my two favorite ways to fish it. Other lines you can use as well are your faster sinking lines. It depends on the depth of water that you want to fish, but for the most part when we're stillwater fly fishing, we're trying to focus on that water that's 20 feet deep or less.